This spot right here has got a lot of rock on the bottom. You can see I've muddied the water up a little bit right here where I've already got some. But if you look over here next to this log, you see a lot of rock laying here in the water. I've got the first screen, and in it I see all kinds of flakes. Right there's a piece of pottery. Yep, that's Native American pottery. Here's a big chunk of chert, but this is just loaded with flakes. There's a lot of material here. That's another piece of pottery. It's just one screen. All these flakes. It's all black. Gotta be some points in here with this much material. There's a flake of some other type of material. All that in one screen. Gotta be some points laying in here. Here's another big piece. Don't see any points in this one though, but this is material I pulled up and got all those flakes, so there's got to be some actual good stuff, work pieces in here. It looks like it. That's either a leaf or that's a chunk of chert. Looks like another one right here. Yeah, there's another chunk. Yeah, we'll get some more screens here. See what else I can come up with. You can see the rocks all out through here, and the bottom goes way on over there. So I've got a lot of material here to work through. Keep finding that many flakes. I've got to find some points here. I'm gonna try. Wish me luck. 2 screens later, I've got my first point. Not really sure on the type. You can see it right there. I'm still seeing lots of flakes in the screen. They're just everywhere. But here's the first point. Some sort of little stemmed point. Not really sure on the type on that one. What stem is thick? Yeah, nice little point though. I'll take it. Not the best one in the world, but it's a start. Keep finding these many flakes. Got to be some more in here, so we'll keep looking. Got another worked piece. Doesn't look like the best one in the world. Let's see this right here. Yeah, it's been worked down all around and ended up with a break on that side. Yeah, it looks like it could have been a Dina blade. Kind of odd the way it sheared off like that, but I believe that was a Dina blade before it was busted. Still seeing lots of flakes. Okay, we'll get another screen. Hope we can find another one here in a minute. Got a broke in here, I believe. I think it's it right here. Yeah, that's the tip of a point. Like it was made on a flake, kind of curved, uniface. I don't know if that was a chunk that they were working on. It's got a little bit of working around that edge right there. Another piece. And more flakes. Found another piece of pottery there in the last screen. Didn't film it. Okay, let's go get something else. With the amount of broken pieces and flakes that I'm finding here, I'm starting to think that this is their trash pit where they clean up around camp, throw it all over out of the way so they wouldn't step on the stuff. There seems to be a lot of broken stuff and a lot of flakes tossed over the bank right here. So I may be digging in their old trash pit. Yeah, looks like we got another broke. There's flakes. This one right here. Yeah, that's a tip. It's another broke. Still thinking my trash pit theory is spot on. See what, if there's anything else in this one. Haven't looked to it yet. There's tons of flakes and fire rock. And every now and then I'll pick up a piece of pottery. There's a chunk of chert. There's another one. Well, I'm not finding a lot of good stuff, but it sure is fun having a lot of stuff to look through on the screen. In case you're interested, here's some behind the scenes footage. I screwed up and didn't get the camera turned on until I put it away. So here's some of that footage. Here's a nutting stone that I was trying to film. I'm putting it in the boat now. That was supposed to be my final scene, and I messed up. There's a picture of it in the screen. So let's toss this rock out, and then we'll get 2 more screens. So if you want to see them, the camera is on. I don't realize it, so I'm not talking to it and not really paying attention on how it's aimed. But luckily it was aimed pretty good, so you can see this rock on the bottom that I'm scooping up. And this soil here on the bottom is not much clay in it. Clay's a little deeper. It's mostly just sand and rock. So it's not terribly hard to shovel unless you end up getting into a big piece of rock buried in that sand. And it sifts really easy. That sand comes off of it real quick. When you almost pick the screen up out of the water, it is just about clean at that point. So we'll get several shovels full, try to get a good screen full before I take it back over and look at it. And you can see some of that rock up against the roots there. A lot of times the points will get hung up around any type of object in the water. You've probably seen some videos where people put a stick in the water and it'll collect stuff. It's the same idea. The water washes around any object in the water and debris will kind of collect around it. So I'm trying to get those rocks in around that stick there, roots and stick, hoping maybe a point got hung up right there. And the first thing I usually do is toss out the bigger rocks, take a quick look at them, make sure they're not something like a nutting stone. If you have some really large rocks in it and you start rocking it around, sifting it, you can break a small point with those big rocks. So I like to try to get those out of there. And if you shake it around and wash it under the water, you can float the leaves and stick debris off of it. Makes it a lot easier to spot something, get rid of a lot of extra stuff to look through. And if I spot something right off the bat, I'll usually take a picture of it and film it. Otherwise, I'll start sorting around through there trying to find stuff. And a lot of times if you have a lot of material, you've got to just start taking the bigger pieces out and working your way down to where you won't overlook something small that's hidden. There's a chunk of chert there, that canal black chert. The spot was just loaded with flakes and chunks of chert. Get my shovel. I'm going to try to get one more from right in front of the mokai. Decided to include this video. I've had comments in the past. One person wanted to see the entire time I was there sifting so they could see the whole process. Most cases I won't show it because you just get bored watching it, but I thought in this case I wasn't trying to get it. I accidentally got it, so why not put a little bit on here. That's a big rock right there I'm scraping against, trying to break it loose. Put the shovel away, that's my last screen. I'd like to have worked a little more, but it was a hot, very hot morning, and my back can only take so much of that bending over on this type of work. After a while you're doing this, your eye kind of gets trained. You can spot something in there pretty quick. In this case, there was nothing much but flakes in there. Thanks for watching, folks. Please like and subscribe.